Yeah.
And it's really good software. It's very, and some things you can make a change and it only affects that immediate area, and something you make a change and it flows to the falls. And I had the folks that were in charge of that area come to us and say, we need some help. Because the surgeon fellows, we want to. Well, that was our,
Okay.
and we were able to help.
Thank you.
Some of us, I learned.
All right, we're good to go now.
We're live.
We are live.
Well, let's call today's meeting of the Communications Committee to order. Would you take the roll, please?
Absolutely. Roger Smith,
Here.
Keith Bodall.
Here.
Lisa Newman. Here. Margie Sather.
Here.
And we
And
have,
Alex Jones is absent.
okay. Let's do the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the April 17 meeting? Does anybody remember April 17? We have a motion. I just want to second it. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Citizen comments. Do we have any citizens that want to comment today? Being none. Okay, I think that item number one on the discussion and possible action is discuss with possible action, which items to begin working on. And we had, kind of some brief conversation along the way about the importance of putting together a spreadsheet and then starting to take a look at the various companies that we've sent around and decide who does what out of these. And then we'll have to do some prioritizing about what we really feel are the critical items that we need to take care of. So what I will do is I'll get with Annie. I'll drop out a spreadsheet and get with Annie and see what she thinks, and we'll try and get that email to you within the next week or so everybody has that. And then at your leisure before the next meeting, if you can go through those, we need to resend that list of all of the different things. I know we sent it out before the last meeting, and
Well, maybe if you put it on a spreadsheet, you could just put the links on it or something,
okay.
or put all the links in one email, so you don't have to send so many emails to us. And that might be the easiest, just put
Okay.
whatever they all are, however it's easiest, you don't have to click, you have to send them. All of that.
Yeah, we can do that, and we'll get that out. And then I would hope, I guess my hope would be by the time we meet again, we've gone through that and we can do some winnowing down and find 2 or 3 out of that group that seem to meet the most of our needs, or that do things that we like. We'll see. Number 2 is discuss with possible action Subsplash service regarding web page apps and payment software. Subsplash is the most impressive group I've talked to so far. They really seem to have it together. They were their salesperson seemed very knowledgeable and was very pleasant and was interested in what we were doing and that sort of thing. And I really think that we need to give a look at what they do. The only concern I have is that they've not worked with municipalities before. So I don't think that's impossible, but I think we need to be aware there's some things that we're gonna want to have that they might not be able to do. So they might be a piece of a solution for us, maybe not the whole one. I think before, as this rolls out, I think they're gonna be one of the ones that I would like to talk to. Because I think they have an awful lot.
And I think if we know what we're presenting to them or what we're asking them to do, that would be an idea too, and just say, yes, this is what, I have this, we can do this.
I was pretty vague when I talked to them because they were the first group I talked to, and that's one of the things about it, you know, I've been to a couple of webinars and some of these companies put on and see what they do. One in particular looks like they do a tremendous job of bill payment, that sort of thing. Is that what we need? I don't know. That's gonna have to be a council decision to find out exactly what we're looking for. From the idea of communicating with the public, you know, I bet you a lot of people would like to be able to go on the web or on the app to get their work done for the city. But, I think there are other things that we need.
So it's a purpose of the communication, is that so citizens can go to one place and see what's going on across the city, anywhere, anyhow, anytime? It's just easier than digging into the city website?
Yeah.
Or we're trying to do more than just that.
I think what we're looking for is to be too low. There be a portal that citizens can bring stuff to the city as well as the city taking stuff out. This all started when I know I was talking to the mayor about the webpage. Since Annie's been on board, it's gotten better. But you know, there were things on there that were on the front page where you would go to find meetings, for example. The last meeting was 3 years old. You know, it was out of date, and agendas were out of date on the front page. I mean, if you dug far enough, you could find it. It was all out there.
But you don't want that to be in the front page.
I don't want people to have to dig through stuff and find what they need.
I think it goes at the end. So we found a way to put it on the front, so it's more relevant.
Just massively obvious.
Yeah, but the other thing I did at that time is I started looking at other community web pages, and some of them are really.
So, I mean, do we just need to redo our webpage to do a, you know, scrap what we have and start from scratch and just do a different webpage, or is it a combination?
It's very possible that'll be the first thing we do. The other thing I'd like it to do is, I know that the software that is used for building agendas and keeping track of notes, that sort of thing, is as the software, so we're moving behind. And they were taking a look at maybe updating it. And that's something that we're going to think about. And it might be that when we stay with her, if we're gonna do that, it might be.
Yeah.
And so some of these, one of these, I think the one I just sent out, their main function is to do exactly that. And so it wouldn't hurt for us to take a look at that and that will be the council decision also. The other thing
And I think we have to make sure that things are compatible, like the stuff that we have, if it is so outdated, then no matter what we try to bring forward.
It's not good.
It's not gonna work, so it may be, they may have to invest in internal. You know, what I mean? So that the things that we want to use the table.
exactly.
Because, you know, just if I'm not on the council, I wouldn't have a clue how to dig around or it'd take me a while to figure out how to dig through what I want, and it seems like it'd be really nice to have something where whatever the current issue is, whatever the current agenda is, anybody can go in there and see what's on the agenda and whatever attachments are allowed to be seen, if they can see it, and easy to find links to go back to previous council meetings. Or
My hope is when people have a question, to go to the city's website, not nosy neighbors.
yes,
That would be my interest in this. So there's too much, well, social media is the wrong place to do it. Could be something that will.
easily accessible, so anybody can find it easily.
You know how is there a protocol on the years or anything has to be publicly posted on their website? Like, is there, can we remove something about older stuff that's on there? I don't know.
I think there are things that could be archived out there. I don't know if, the answer to that is I don't know, and we need to find out. Maybe we need to have any investigate for us, or.
And then that would help right off the bat as a temporary solution, is if we were able to archive a lot of things that.
The thing is,
Then
I don't know how easy that webpage is for her to work with.
Oh.
She's got probably a little more access now that she's got some help. But for quite a while, she was all alone in that, and I was really reluctant to say, Annie, you need to, because she had plenty on her plate. But yeah, I think in the interim, since when do you guys start the budget?
I'm not real sure, but, you know, I know we're getting the new software supposed to come in August, so it's gonna be sometime, it's gotta start soon. I'm thinking we're gonna have the software updated before we get really put together numbers that we trust.
Well, before we can actually, what I'd like to do is have some information that we can supply to the council. If you want to do this, we need X number of dollars over the next fiscal year. And, but that'll be the deadline when we need to have some. We've decided that we're gonna put together a spreadsheet and we were gonna include the data that was sent out before with that mailing that goes out. The various different people that I've bumped into and that the mayor has bumped into me, supplied some of them. And if anybody has anything else you'd like to look for that, then let me know. And we'll get it on that mailing. Number 4 on here is discuss with possible action scheduling presentations from various vendors regarding their services. And I think we need to do that, but we're not ready yet. I think it would be better if we got together and, like I said, went over down a little bit and then pick 2 or 3 and come up, at that time we can come up with some tentative dates. If you could find out for us, Roger, when the city plans on starting. Yeah, I've got it over here. All right, because it would be nice if we could do it before then, and we may have to have an extra meeting in order to do that. So we'll have to see what works. That makes sense. That works. And the last item on the agenda is discuss with possible action changing the scheduled day and time for communications committee meetings. I don't know, it sounds like he's not gonna be able to help, he's probably not gonna be able to be with us much this summer, but,
Well, I mean, it depends when his next campus, or not, so. That.
yeah.
Because our next meeting, if we're gonna have it at the same time, you know. I went into the.
When's the next meeting?
It would be a month from the day.
What is summer campus? Okay, I think he should be able to probably make that back next meeting because of that and he does.
You know, the meeting at 4 o'clock, it works out well, I think for most people, that is, unfortunately, it doesn't work out well for him because. August 31st.
Yes.
You folks, it would be difficult to support if we had to move to 7 o'clock at night, right? We wouldn't have either of you.
I think I would be okay. I mean, it's a little bit later, but
Yeah, we just had to either come back or.
yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Would it have to be up there at 7?
I don't know. Part of the problem is excessive safety here, you know.
I have,
It's a busy place sometimes.
I have a printout of
Yeah.
the meeting specials already.
So there's a.
Oh, there's some times we can find it.
Yeah. If we had to move it to.
Thank you.
6 or
Yeah,
5.
go for it. Go for it.
All right, good.
A little later in the day would help me. I mean, most of the time I can make it.
We can do to 6.
Yeah. 6 would be easier for me.
Oh, remember, that makes sense.
It's not inconvenient for everybody else.
That would be, let's move that.
There's, well, isn't that the police fire?
The fire accident. On the 3rd. And the committee meetings are on the 4th, If we do Monday,
Mondays is fine.
we'd have to do it either at 5 o'clock.
Five o'clock, I think I could make a 5 o'clock work for 99%.
On the third Monday of the month. We just have to be done by 6.
Yeah, PFC is the third Monday, so
We could do, we wanted to try doing a 5 o'clock. I mean, I would think we'd be done.
well, why don't we give it a try? Why not? Yeah,
5 o'clock on the third.
On the third
third
Monday.
Monday, yeah. We have a motion then? You look at that time?
I'll make a motion to the second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion after what we've had?
Try it this time.
Would you like to call a roll on that, please?
Discuss the other guys' things here.
Keith?
Okay, so we have Keith Odall,
Aye.
Roger Smith,
Aye.
Lisa Newman,
Yes.
I'm Margie Saban.
All right, so we made an executive decision today.
Whoa, look at that.
It can be done.
We're gonna try.
Proved our work.
Well, we've managed to plow through the whole agenda in 20 minutes. So there's only one more thing to do, and that's to get a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion and a second to adjourn, and there, a motion to adjourn is not debatable, so all in favor,
Aye.
opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you very much for your,
Thanks for being patient.
and I didn't bite, right?
You didn't bite.
You tell me, Paul.
So can someone send out an email just letting everybody know way ahead of time?